Welcome, Al Dunning, to the 10th anniversary show of the main event in Chilliwack.
I didn't know we had an anniversary going on, but it's nice.
It's been 10 years.
Yeah, all right.
This
is my first time. I've been in Red Deer, but I haven't been in Chilliwack with the main event.
Well, we have very special clinicians with us for our 10th anniversary, and you are certainly one of them.
Well, thank you.
And I'm just going to actually read from the show program some of your amazing background. Al and his students have won 32 World and Reserve World titles, and
you know what? We never changed that, so it's 37 now.
Oh, okay, so, 37
that's kind of nice.
World and Reserve World titles and AQHA World Championships in reining, cutting, working cow horse, Western riding. You've been a finalist at the NRCHA World's Greatest Horseman contest.
That was fun.
A National Reined Cow Horse Open Bridle Champion.
Yeah, that was really fun.
And a finalist or semi-finalist at every NCHA major event.
Yeah, and really only one. I've never made the finals at the big fraternity in Fort Worth. I've been in the semi-finals like 11 times, which is crazy. So I still got to do that before I'm done.
You're still going for it?
Yeah, still going for it.
You were AQHA Professional Horseman of the Year in 1996.
That was big. That was big. That was, as a matter of fact, sitting at the same table with me was Terry Bradshaw, the famous quarterback from down there at Pittsburgh Steelers. And so when I got the ring for it, he said, "God, that's fancier than a Super Bowl ring." So
amazing.
That was fun.
And an AQHA judge for the past 27 years.
Yeah, and I'm retired now judging from the AQHA. And I had my NRHA card, NRCHA card, and I had all my cards at one time. And now I'm retired of everything but the Rein Cow Horse Association, NRCHA, which I just judged the Snafflebit fraternity for the 3rd time in Reno, so that was fun.
And on top of that, you're a prolific author.
I know, it's just a lot of fun, so we've done a lot of different magazines I've done articles for over the years, all the big magazines, and then what's really cool is I'm just about to finish my 4th book with Horse and Rider magazine, which is kind of the hard to get to magazine. They're the largest one in the world, and so I have a reining book. I did Reining Revised was the 2nd one. The 3rd one was the Art of Hackamore training. It came out this year, and next year I have a rein cow horse book about the fence work called Down the Fence coming out.
You know what? You look amazing for 150 years old because you must be that old to have crowded all that into your lifespan.
Well, I like doing it. That's the big deal. I like doing it, and it's just like I love doing these clinics out here. I mean, I had a great crowd here at the main event. What's interesting, I don't remember a better crowd than I had here. You know what I mean? It's really an educated crowd. There were some great people. A lot of them I saw their faces before and such, but I try to relate to the beginners as well as the more advanced riders. So, and my subjects varied, which was really neat. They kind of let me do what I wanted to do. So I did the Art of Hackamore training. I did the Hackamore event. I had riders ride with me in that. That was fun. I did reining. I did circles and spins, and I did stops and rollbacks, and I did a whole deal on lead changes one day, and then we did a working cow horse deal down the fence, and all of them, the people that rode with me were wonderful. The crowd was great. The people that came to my booth were a lot of fun, and so I met a lot of cool people, and it was really honestly a good experience. Now, first of all, you know me well enough, I don't give you any bull, but this was a great event. It really was.
That's a great compliment coming from you.
Yeah, it was. I've done lots of them. I do. I've done all the. I leave from here. I go do the Equitana Sydney in Australia, and I hope it's half as good as this one.
Now, something I'd like to ask all of the clinicians that have been here: if there's one thing you would like the riders or the audience to take away from what you did this weekend, is there one thing that you hope they
No,
take
absolutely.
away?
There's 50 things. So I see horsemanship as a really big subject, and there's a lot of people that kind of talk about it and think about it, and that kind of stuff, but they don't get in depth enough into it. And I think horses deserve more than that, you know. So my whole deal with them is that I want you to really get a hold of the subject and decide what you're going to do, and then follow through with it. You know, spend a little more time with your horse. You know, be dedicated a little bit more. Make sure you have the right horse for what you're trying to do and the right equipment for what you're trying to do. Learn a lot. You know, get with it or get out. You know what I mean? I just hate to see someone sit. I'm not a fence sitter, as you can tell. So I don't like to see people sitting on the fence. So my encouragement to them is, and you know, first of all, when I say get out, I kind of kid, because no one's getting out of this. We know that. But I'd like to see them get more into it, you know, and not into just the warm and fuzzy part of it, but really get into riding right and getting something specific they can do with their horse well. And that's what I try to do. That's why I'm diversified enough in what I do. But notice, I only brought one horse, and he did all that stuff, and he did it doggone good. And people were like, wow, that's an amazing horse. No, he's a good horse. That's not an amazing horse. That's a good horse. Yeah. Okay? There's a lot of amazing horses out here. I just have spent the time with him to get him trained to do all that stuff and accept it and do it right and be soft and be willing. And then I've kind of guided him along the way. The rest is left up to him. He's the right kind of horse for this job. You know, and he's the right kind of horse to be a reined horse and a cow horse and that stuff. And then the rest of it's just following the methods that I learned from others, just like I'm hoping these people learn from me. So that's kind of the deal. So I wish I had just one thing, you know, but it's not. It's a lot of stuff. So whatever they want to learn, I hope that they not just come to these things and watch, but really get to doing it with their horse and trying to accomplish something, finding themselves a great trainer to ride with, a mentor to follow through. There's so much great video stuff and information out there today. It never was when I was a kid. Books, like the books I'm writing with Western Horsemen and stuff like that. We have so much, a better chance to be a better horseman today than ever before.
Has there been any particular person in your life that has made an impact on your equestrian career?
Yeah, one, my wife. So I met her when I was a kid, been married for 42 years, and without her, I'd be nothing, I can tell you that right now. Because even though I rode with some great horsemen along the way, like Don Dodge and Jim Paul and John Hoyt, and you know, but a lot more than that. I mean, those are the main guys I worked for. But you know, I've met so many great hands along the way. But without her kind of being my backbone, the one that's kind of made me want to be a better man, you know, and want me to be do the right thing and stay on track, and make the right choices and know right from wrong and my life to my horse. I wouldn't be anything. So that's the big deal.
That's a wonderful testament.
Yeah, she's pretty special.
So of all the things you do now, is there any one favorite thing that you do with horses? Is there something you prefer to do above everything else?
Wow, I think get on them. That would be my number one thing. I love everything to do with it. So it would be hard to say. You know, my cutting is my number one thing I show now. So I show cutting horses more than I do anything else, and pretty exclusive compared to anything. I still train reiners and cow horses and stuff. I give a lot of lessons. I do clinics. I do all that kind of jazz. I do videos. I've got an online training course called teamadinternational.com. I do lots of stuff, but just getting on a horse is my favorite thing. So, you know, no matter what I do, that's a pretty, makes me feel the best, I'd say.
Would you have any advice for a young person just starting out training? Any words of wisdom?
You know, the thing is, it's really not about winning. Winning is a good thing, but it comes and it goes pretty fast, you know, and it's about doing it right, and really about having a relationship with your people and your horse and that kind of stuff. And it's really never about it being about you. So if you think you're a big shot, or you think you're a starch shirt, or you think you're anything like that, as far as I'm concerned, I have no use for them a bit. But if you try and you want to learn right, and you want to love the horse and love why you do this, the people are so great. This is a great lifestyle. I have a lot of respect for those young people that want to do that. So you got to really respect the horse, number one. And you got to keep your character and your integrity intact the whole way, trying to be a professional. Because it's easy to give up something that'll mean a whole lot more to you later for something right now. Like I tell people, you know, that guy will sell his soul to ride a good horse, you know, and you never want to do that kind of thing. So it's about keeping yourself intact first, but being a real person and knowing that we all put on our pants the same way, one leg at a time, and that it's really about the love for horses and people at the same time. And if you don't have that, go work at the 7-Eleven or something like that. Don't come and try to train horses, because you won't last very long. Because there's only been a few of us. I've lasted from the I've been showing the horses for 52 years this year, and I never missed a year. So, but I've seen them come and I've seen them go. And my advice to them is, the young trainers, is be smart. You know, don't be a smart aleck. You know, be wise. You know, don't be a wise cracker. You know, that kind of stuff. You know, really love horses, really love people, or go do something else. You know, get away. You know, don't mistreat a horse. And that doesn't mean you don't need to train him, because, you know, I pull him and kick him and I wear spurs and I do the whole thing. But I have a love and respect for that horse. And if you don't have that something inside you, you gotta have some horse in you. You know what I mean? If you don't have that feeling for that horse in you, if you can't feel every step of that horse, how he feels when he comes around, you know, you ought to be doing something else. Be an auto mechanic, something like that.
It's been a special privilege to have you here with us, and we really thank you for coming to see us.
Thank you. Sorry I'm so long-winded, but I'm pretty passionate about what I do, and I hope that wears off on some of those people out there, and that they not only get passionate about it, but start really doing the right thing by their horses. That's number one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.